This Acast podcast is sponsored by NetSuite. 36,000. The number of businesses which have upgraded to the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite by Oracle. 25. NetSuite just turned 25. That's 25 years of helping businesses streamline their finances and reduce costs. 1. Because your unique business deserves a customized solution, and that's NetSuite. Learn more when you download NetSuite's popular Key Performance Indicators checklist, absolutely free, at netsuite.com/tech. That's netsuite.com/tech.
On today's Smart 7, different views on climate change at the UN, the King heads to France, and lots more. It's Thursday, the 21st of September. It's Telegraph Thought Appreciation Day, and happy birthday, Stephen King.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Two quite different views on climate change emerged on Wednesday, first at the United Nations General Assembly, where Antonio Guterres laid out his viewpoint.
Humanity has opened the gates of hell.
Meanwhile, at Downing Street, Rishi was busy rolling back the plans to get to net zero quickly, choosing instead to be one of those passengers who turn up at the gates of hell at the last minute. In his best concerned dad voice, he explained that the government will reverse the ban on petrol and diesel cars until 2035 to scrap proposed taxes on meat and flying and give people more time to change their boilers.
It should be you, the consumer, that makes that choice, not government forcing you to do it, because the upfront cost still is high, especially for families struggling with the cost of living.
He says the UK can slow down because we're already ahead on green policies, but a Channel 4 poll says 40% of Tory voters are less likely to vote for the government if they don't take action on climate change. Green Party MP Caroline Lucas says it's a mistake.
What Rishi Sunak is doing is electorally stupid as well as environmentally hugely damaging. This would be the biggest misstep of this Prime Minister, I would add probably of any Prime Minister in the last 20 years.
Home Secretary Suella Braverman had Rishi's back though, and she says it's the right option in the middle of a cost of living crisis.
The Prime Minister is taking an approach of pragmatism and proportionality when it comes to delivering our net zero commitments. And ultimately, we're not going to save the country by bankrupting the British people.
There was good economic news on Wednesday, but very much of the blink and you'll miss it kind. Inflation dropped in July, but only by 0.1%, and now it's at 6.7% and still way off the Bank of England's 2% target. However, Chancellor Jeremy Hunt was happy that progress is being made.
The path to lowering inflation is never easy because it doesn't happen in a straight line. But if you look at the overall picture, since it peaked, it is now down 40%. And that says the plan is working.
The real good news is that the decline is being driven by a drop in the prices of essential items like milk, cheese and vegetables, along with a drop in airfares. But fuel prices remain high, and the war in Ukraine means cereal prices are also rising. Labour Shadow Chief Treasury Secretary Darren Jones is unimpressed.
The pace of price increases for food, for petrol, for energy are still going up. A 0.1% change in inflation figures doesn't mean very much for families having to spend £400 more a month on their bills.
Wednesday saw that historic NHS double strikes as junior doctors and consultants both hit the picket lines in a bid to force proper pay discussions. The junior doctors are continuing their strikes on Thursday, and with more strikes to come in October. Consultant Dr. Vishal Sharma is warning that unless action is taken, junior doctors will leave the profession, and that will cause even more NHS chaos down the road.
If you look at our kind of junior doctor colleagues, they are the ones looking at what's in the future and sort of saying, actually, I'm not going to carry on with this, I'm going to do something else. And we really fear that unless things change, we won't have anywhere near enough doctors to actually provide the care the patients need.
Each time there's a strike, the resulting cancelled appointments only add to the backlog in the NHS, which pushes up waiting times and means Rishi has no chance of meeting his waiting list reduction pledge. Medical Director of the NHS England, Professor Stephen Powis, says it's time that proper negotiations took place.
This requires negotiations, conversations between government and unions, but everybody wants the action to finish. It's frustrating for everybody, not least for patients who are seeing their appointments disrupted and rescheduled.
King Charles and Queen Camilla headed off to France on Wednesday for a state visit, while Prince William is in New York announcing the latest winners of his Earthshot Prize. But a row is brewing about the royal family and the suggestion that they should be paying reparations for slavery. It comes as a new UN report says that the compensation for nations affected by colonialism and enslavement should be considered. And the President of Guyana, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, has been calling on the royal family to address the issue.
They must see reparation as an issue that they must be critically involved in, and that they must take concrete steps in order to bring some form of justice. We have to talk about what we will do in terms of compensation, how we're going to address the years that we have lost.
So to come on the Smart 7, a bad night for Man United, and we learned some stranger things about Millie Bobby Brown.
Right after this.
Introducing Carvana Value Tracker, where you can track your car's value over time and learn what's driving it. It might make you excited.
Whoa, didn't know my car was valued this high.
It might make you nervous.
Uh-oh, market's flooded. My car's value just dipped 2.3%.
It might make you optimistic.
Our low mileage is paying off. Our value's up.
And it might make you realistic.
Car prices haven't gone up in a couple weeks. Maybe it's time to sell.
But it will definitely make you an expert on your car's value. Carvana Value Tracker. Visit Carvana.com to start tracking your car's value today.
Welcome back.
There was more Champions League action on Wednesday night with 8 games, including Arsenal's first appearance in the competition for 6 years. They took on PSV at the Emirates and made things look easy with a 4-0 win. But all eyes were on the battle between struggling Man United and German champions Bayern Munich, with Harry Kane now in their ranks. The night proved to be chaotic, with Kane on the score sheet with a penalty in a match that finished 4-3 to Bayern. He was happy with his new team's performance.
Yeah, I think a crazy finish. I think for the majority of the game we really controlled it, dictated the tempo. Obviously went 3-1 ahead. And then, we just kind of lost a bit of concentration there in the last 5 minutes, and thankfully we was able to hold on to the lead. But overall, it's a really good start to the campaign.
Millie Bobby Brown has been busy as Stranger Things takes a break while the actors and writers strike continues. She's written a book, she has a beauty brand, and she's even done some fashion designing. Of course, like any teen star who is rich beyond their wildest dreams, she's been busy collecting pets. She's not quite at the Michael Jackson llama stage, but she popped in to see Greg James on Radio 1 and began her list by admitting to owning 8 dogs and 4 cats. But that was just the start.
Bernard the donkey, Lemonade the pony, Cardi B, Slick Rick, Biggie Smalls the goats, Norman the sheep.
Yeah, so hip-hop superstars and Norman.
And Norman is the sheep, yeah. I raised him in my bed.
Remember Gangnam Style, the iconic South Korean pop hit? No? Well, it came out in 2012, the same year as the first Hunger Games movie. Now they're rebooting, not Gangnam Style, but the Hunger Games, with a brand new movie which is a prequel to the original trilogy. It stars Rachel Zegler, Peter Dinklage and Viola Davis, and it hits cinemas in November.
You seem like a good man, Corleone Snow.
I have seen what war does to people.
Fueled with the terror of becoming prey. See how quickly we become predator?
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
This Acast podcast is sponsored by NetSuite. 36,000. The number of businesses which have upgraded to the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite by Oracle. 25. NetSuite just turned 25. That's 25 years of helping businesses streamline their finances and reduce costs. 1. Because your unique business deserves a customized solution, and that's NetSuite. Learn more when you download NetSuite's popular Key Performance Indicators checklist, absolutely free, at netsuite.com/tech. That's netsuite.com/tech.